Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lighten Up Show. Coming at you from the beautiful Cayman Islands. Please put your hands together for the one and only Miss Tyson.
All right. Welcome to the Lighten Up Show. How's everybody doing? Good. You feeling all right? You taking care of yourself? Everybody feeling good? Yeah, you know what we're trying to do here? We're just trying to help you lighten your load. I'm swell. I'm doing great, except for family members telling me why they can't eat peanuts because it gets underneath their false teeth plate. Can you imagine? At a family get-together. First of all, I don't want to know about your false teeth plate, but I don't definitely want to know what's underneath it. Now, I don't want to eat anything now. Hello? What's up with that? Life's good. Thank God for family, right? How do you like the ones who cart their kids off on you, like your sister, you know, your cousins? How do you like that? Man, the other day, my 3-year-old nephew came to my house with the smallest, cutest Spider-Man backpack on his little back. He's looking at me with this sweet, innocent little face, saying bye to his mom. This look between them, they had this look, right? A few minutes later, she's gone, and I checked the small bag. It was packed for a 2-week safari in the desert of Africa. I'm not kidding. This little bag had everything in it. He then tells me he's staying over my house. And I tell him, no, your mom's coming to get you. And he gives me this look like, yeah, right. He knows what's going on. I'm the only one who doesn't. Then she's gone MIA for days. This kid is packed for war. He can stop, drop, and roll in my house for days. This little Spider-Man backpack filled to the rim. That is too funny. Family. Gotta love him, right? With my nephew, he loves me. It's crazy. He and I, we have this thing. You know how it is. You guys have family like that? That's how it is. Family. What are you going to do without them, right? Great show we got for you tonight. We have the chat center, of course. Yeah? Going to be chatting with them. And we have Dr. Steve Tomlinson, who actually owns the only private hospital in the Cayman Islands. We're talking about his journey and how fabulous he is. And also, we have some music as usual, right? You don't want to miss any of it. So you stay tuned, and we'll be back with more. Lighten up. Back to Lighten Up, sitting here at the chat center, ready to chat about some stuff, right? Because that's what we do. Miss Rachel, give us some love. Yeah. And I got Maria.
Yay.
And I got the man himself, Leroy. Who decided to grace us with his presence this evening. We're so happy to have you. So happy to see you again, right?
Glad to be back on the show.
We're talking about family members, right? And just some of the stuff that they do. I mean, I seriously was at this get-together and my uncle was telling me something about his false teeth plate. And I was like, why are you telling me this? You know, but it happens all the time. So I just thought it was really like a funny thing. And I spoke to somebody else who said, oh yeah, I always have that, you know, and when my mom comes, she starts talking about her thyroid or her rheumatism. And so all the young people are looking like, guys talking about? You know?
Well, I can remember growing up with my grandmother in the early days, you know, and she would come outside, you know, us guys there playing dominoes, and then she would come outside and, we want to sweep, and you my Granny, you forget to put your teeth in. You know? But
it's funny, it's true.
I hope and pray that I don't reach that stage where I have to be wearing those things.
I just hope I remember to put them in.
The thing is, there's another kind where you don't take it in or out. It's just there forever, like mine.
Okay, what is that?
It's just sticking. You don't take it out forever. Mine is false, but hey, they took the teeth out, right? And then there's this kind of cement, and then you bite it, and it sticks.
Really? And it lasts for...
It's been like 5 years now.
Why didn't you talk about that on the aging show? Now you're like, Why am I even asking you about this thing in your mouth?
But at least we're not eating, because isn't it normally when you sat down to eat that your relatives tell you the most gross and disgusting things, and you go, hello, people eating here?
Well, you know what's funny too is that sometimes I'll have relatives telling me about things that's happening to them, and I'll be thinking, I don't want to hear this, you know, come on, this is not the time and place. And then sure enough, within a month or two, the same thing's happening to me. No. And I'm like, I caught it from them, you know? So it's really funny.
Well, they jinxed you, that's that.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was like, last night I was eating something, and there was a movie going on. I watched it on the computer, not on the TV, so I went in my room, sat on the bed, enjoyed my meal.
Now, you specifically said you were watching it on the computer and not the TV. Was there a reason? That, like, were you just showing off that you had a computer or something?
No. On the computer, you get up-to-date movie.
Oh, okay.
I don't bother with television.
You don't bother?
They show stuff from about 10 years
How
ago.
can you say that? This is a television show.
No, I'm not.
Fire that
Movies, guys! Movies!
Okay.
Not the best show in the world.
Exactly. Lighten up.
Lighten up. You know, lighten up, Catherine.
That's right. Yeah. Now I can't even live a normal life everywhere I go. I can't even get mad with anybody. Like, what's the problem? Lighten up. What are you upset about?
You know, that's true.
Sure, I can't have a bad
that
day.
in you, you know.
Yeah?
I've been saying stuff over there to get you mad, but
I gotta lighten up. That's right. That's
we
right.
now all got to walk the walk, right?
That's how it
Since
is.
we've been
Yeah.
talking the talk.
But you were telling me something about Santa Claus.
Oh yes, Santa Claus. Santa Claus is the right idea about visiting families. Visit people once a year.
Once a year.
You don't run around, you're welcome.
And then, that's right, you don't get tired of them.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes if you're not even nice, then he might not come.
He might. That's right, exactly. Because those are the rules, right? You have to be nice and they'll bring you a gift. Yeah, so there's a good idea.
Oh, but I'd miss my family if I didn't see
Yeah,
them
because you
that
still
often.
love them even though they do
Yeah.
crazy stuff like that.
And they, I mean, in the old tales that the old folks talk about stuff from back in the day, and you know, and you're going, huh? What?
Yeah.
Y'all really did that?
Good stuff.
I'm
though.
glad.
Funny. But anyway, you know, this is stuff that we talk about all the time, and we can talk about it all night, but we're going to unfortunately have to go to another segment. So thank you guys so much for joining me in the chat center, Leroy. I got Maria Kennedy right here. And I got my girl to the left, Miss Rachel Jacola. And you know who I am. I'll be back with more Lighten Up, so stay tuned.
DLS, Abigail, M. Lito, and J. Naz.
Yeah,
Wagwan 345.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this our reality, you know what I mean?
Let's go.
Let's go, uh-huh.
Turn the lights on
Hey,
and put
hey.
the spotlight on me.
Uh-huh.
Watch me do my thing.
Yeah.
This is my reality.
What we telling is
Lights,
lights,
camera,
on.
action. Let's go. Lights, camera, action. Let's go. Lights,
Watch me do my
camera,
thing.
action. Let's go.
Yeah.
Lights, camera,
Reality.
action. Let's go.
Hey, turn the lights on when I'm in the spot and watch me do my thing. You can call me Mr. Major, cause I do it very big.
Yeah.
Other dudes be mad in reality, they can do the same. When I come around, they be mumbling. All I hear the same, damn. Shh, where he get that from? Look at that.
That looks neat.
Cause they can't afford one. I love the hating, alright? Cause if you people ain't hating, that means I ain't doing something right. So my wrist gon' be a foul, and my jeans gon' be a foul. Wait, if I stand there and tell you everything, we gon' be here for a while. So in other words, I am getting cake. Take a pic when you see my face. Don't compare my reality to wrestling, cause it's not fake. I'm gone.
Turn the lights on
Hey,
and put the spotlight on me.
I said,
Watch me do my thing.
Watch me do my thing.
This is my reality.
It goes lights,
Turn the lights
camera,
on.
action. Let's go lights,
Spotlight on
camera,
me.
action. Let's go lights,
Watch me do my
camera,
thing.
action. Let's go
This is my
lights,
reality.
camera, action. Let's go.
Yeah.
This is my reality. Turn the spotlights on. Get me on my good side while I get my bread long. On the road to riches and diamond rings to all them haters in the world. Song I sing, I said, always on my grind. I never waste time. They told me life is short. Success is on my mind. Success brings hate. Whatever, I could live with that. It's better than regret and spend your whole life looking back on what you could have done or what you probably would. It's plenty money, plenty honeys up in Hollywood. It's go time, no better yet, it's your time. So are you ready? Pull these curtains, cause it's show time. Go.
Turn the lights on.
I said,
and put the spotlight on me.
That's right.
Watch me do my thing.
Watch me do my thing.
This is my reality.
You go. I said lights, camera, action. Let's go lights, camera, action. Let's go lights, camera, action. Let's go lights, camera, action. Let's go.
Yeah, let's.
Turn the lights
Walk on, burn 'em.
and put the spotlight on me.
Let's go.
Watch me do my
Oh, watch
thing.
me do your thing.
I
This is
said,
my reality.
We tell them lights,
Turn the lights
camera,
on.
action. Let's go lights,
Spotlight on
camera,
me.
action. Let's go lights,
Watch me do my
camera,
thing.
action. Let's go
This is
lights,
my
camera,
reality.
action. Let's go. Yeah, DLS.
Welcome back to Lighten Up. I'm actually sitting here with Dr. Steve Tomlinson, who is actually the owner of the only private hospital in the Cayman Islands. So I want you to put your hands together for Dr. Steve Tomlinson.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, Dr. T, as people call you, right?
Right. Lighten
Yeah.
up, you say.
Yeah. Now, I've read the bio and so many things that I just want to ask you, but I really want you to just talk a little bit about how you came to being a doctor. You became a doctor at 21. It's very young. Did you always want to be a doctor?
Well, I'm told from a very early age, maybe just after I learned to speak, that when asked, what do you want to be? I always responded, a doctor. I don't remember this, of course.
Really?
But that was my response. So obviously there was something way down deep there.
Yeah.
You know, just from the very beginning.
Yeah.
That I wanted to be a doctor.
Okay.
Of course, I didn't know how I was going to become one. And I, like all the other children, went to school, went to primary school. And I finished the primary school at 9 years old.
Okay.
And there was no more school to go to. And after about 6 months of just going around with my dad, I finally heard that it was accepted in Grand Cayman to the Cayman Islands High School.
Okay.
And I finished that at the age of 13.
Okay.
And finally was accepted at the University of the West Indies.
At 16?
At 16.
Okay.
And I really worked very hard, I must say. I had a goal and I was very focused. And I passed all my exams, and at 21 I was the youngest doctor, and I think that is the record as far as I know. At the University of the West Indies, I was the youngest doctor to graduate.
Did you return back home right away?
No, no, no.
Okay.
I didn't come home right away.
Okay.
I had a few romantic affairs in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
And then after that, I decided to go over to the United States, and I was there for a short stint. And then finally I returned home, because that was the object of going away to become a doctor. I wanted to come back home and contribute. There were a number of things, I must say, that propelled me. Obviously I wanted to become a doctor from a very early stage, but I saw a definite need for trained health personnel in Cayman, doctors, nurses, whatever.
Right. So
And
there
I
was
liked it.
a whole lot of things that kind of drew you into the whole medical profession.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's get to this hospital. What made you, think, okay, I'm going to actually open a hospital in the Cayman Islands?
Okay, well, like most things, it was a process. When I returned home, I worked with the government health service, and I eventually became the chief surgeon, and that was at the old Georgetown Hospital. I see one or two people in the audience that worked with me while I was there. And I realized that there was a lot of work to be done.
Right.
And I worked really hard, night and day. And I was very, very happy to eventually get 2 major operating rooms built there.
Right.
And there were lots of improvements, maybe a bit too slow for an impatient young doctor.
Right.
But there were improvements at all times. There was some improvement. And I was glad to be part of that. And eventually I decided to go into private practice. So I ended up eventually building Professional Medical Center, which was the first ambulatory surgical center in the Cayman Islands. One of the first in the world, because it was just taken off in the States then too. Yeah. Eventually I needed a lot of help, and other doctors I recruited, and they joined me. And from a staff of just 3 of us when I first started, in a matter of 2 years that grew to over 20. And doctors and nurses and other paramedical people.
So one thing led to another,
yes.
And then eventually you decided, I'm going to open a hospital.
I always say it was really by public demand, more than my wanting to do so.
Right.
There was the need, and there were lots of patients I could see would prefer private medical care. And it took about 3 years after that, 3 or 4 years after purchasing the property, that I eventually broke ground. And in 2000, we opened the Chrissy Tomlinson Memorial Hospital.
Wow, look at that. Now, what would you tell someone watching a dream that they might have, and there seems to be obstacles in the way? What would you tell them as far as their dream?
Well, the first thing is, I maintain that wherever there's a will, there's a way. And I think Eleanor Roosevelt was popular for saying that, and I've proven that, in my, not just in building a hospital, but in many other things in life.
Right.
If there is a will, and especially if the motive is right, the way often opens up, usually does.
Right.
And in my case, like I said, I've been fortunate. I didn't know at all how I would become a doctor. And that happened.
Right.
At the beginning, I wasn't quite sure how I'd get a hospital. That happened. And a lot of wonderful things have happened to me.
That's right. So where there's a will, there's a way. From the mouth of Dr. Tomlinson. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate that. We wish you all the wonderful things in life. Thank you so much. You provide so much for our community anyway. We want to thank you for that.
Thank you very much, and all the best with your program here. I think it's most sanguine.
Thank you.
Upbeat.
Appreciate
really.
that.
Keep it going.
Lighten up.
Keep it going.
We'll be back with more Lighten Up. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Lighten Up. Well, that's all, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I want to thank the incredible Dr. Tomlinson for his incredible journey and strides to give the Cayman Islands its first private hospital, the Chrissy Tomlinson Memorial Hospital. Right? That shows you how to lighten up, folks, for sure. Never give up on your dream. And thanks to my chat center. Yep. Funny and insightful friends, Marilu Bodden at Day Blue Salon, making us pretty. Caitlin Tyson for making us beautiful, of course, night after night, and for the wonderful musical guests who keep us humming and tapping along. Thanks to them. Yeah. Family, we love you, but trust me, we want you to just reciprocate with us sometimes. And the next time you tell us crazy things that's deemed TMI, too much information, just understand maybe they're just not rated, man. You're just not rated. What happened? You don't want to hear these things, so keep it down. Write us a note, something like that. Not when we're eating anyway. Lighten up, folks. See you next time. Where's my exit music?
The Lighten Up Show is sponsored by Beyond Basics Medical Day Spa. Be the change you want to see.